Good afternoon everyone. My name is Samiksha Vittal and today's my topic is endocrine system. The endocrine system is mainly responsible for the production and secretion of hormone. The gland is further divided into two types, that is exocrine gland and endocrine gland. Exocrine gland which secrete their secretion with the help of duct or tube, and the endocrine gland is also known as ductless gland, and their secretion are released directly into the bloodstream. So the endocrine gland is responsible for the production and secretion of hormone. The hormone is simply said it is a chemical messenger which is responsible for the growth, maintenance and development of our body. And the functions of hormone it is responsible for the metabolism, that is T3 and T4 hormone is responsible for the metabolism. Then second one is the fluid balance and urine production. The antidiuretic hormone helps in the fluid balance and urine production. Then third one is it is also responsible for the growth and development. It is also responsible for the sexual reproduction, that is the estrogen, progesterone and other hormones are responsible for the sexual production. Pancreas is a heterocrine gland which acts as both endocrine as well as exocrine gland. It is a dual purpose. Pancreas is only one which acts as a dual purpose. Pancreas act in digestive system as well as endocrine system. In digestive system, pancreas release the pancreatic juice with the help of pancreatic duct, and in endocrine system, pancreas release the insulin and glucagon directly into the bloodstream. So we will discuss next the glands which are present in our organ. So the hypothalamus, there are 12 glands present in our body and 50 hormones which are present. The 12 glands are hypothalamus, pituitary gland and pineal gland which are present in our brain. Then second one is then in neck or throat, the thyroid or parathyroid gland are present. Then adrenal gland is present on our kidney. Then pancreas is present behind the stomach. Then thymus is present in between the lungs, and last one is ovaries and testes. We will discuss these glands one by one. So first gland is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is act as a both nervous system as well as endocrine system. It bind together. So the hypothalamus commands to the pituitary gland when it start or stop the secretion of hormone. Then pituitary gland is the master gland of our body. Because it control or secrete the other endocrine system. It control the other endocrine glands. So the pituitary gland is also known as master gland. Pituitary gland it contains the two lobes, that is anterior lobe and posterior lobe. Anterior lobe it contains the 7 hormones, and the posterior lobe it contains mainly 3 hormones. The 7 hormones are FSH, LH, GH, MSH, prolactin, ADTH and TSH. It is a part of anterior lobe of pituitary gland, and the posterior lobe it contains oxytocin and ADS, that is antidiuretic hormone. We will discuss these hormone one by one. So first one is follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone they act on ovaries in female which secrete the estrogen and progesterone, and if they act on testes in male they secrete the testosterone which is responsible for the formation of sperm. Then third one is the growth hormone. Growth hormone is responsible for the growth of bone and tissue. It also, if the growth hormone is increases, then it condition known as gigantism. If the growth hormone is decreases, then it is also known as dwarfism. Gigantism, that is the height is over the length. So the next one is The MSH, that is melanocytic stimulating hormone. Melanocytic stimulating hormone, which acts on the skin and secrete or production of melanocyte, which is responsible for the color of skin. Then next is ADTH. ADTH, that is adrenocorticotropic hormone. ADTH, its act on adrenal cortex of the kidney. Adrenal cortex is the outer layer of the kidney. ADTH is act on the cortex and which is responsible for the production of cortisol, adrenaline, noradrenaline, and aldosterone. Cortisol, that is glucocorticoid or mineralocorticoid. And next one is TSH. Thyroid stimulating hormone is act on thyroid gland, which is present in our throat. It secretes the T3, T4 and calcitrol. And the last one is prolactin. Prolactin is act on mammary gland, which is responsible for the lactation in the pregnant woman. These 7 glands which are included in anterior pituitary gland, and the posterior pituitary gland, it contain first one is antidiuretic hormone, which act on our kidney and responsible for the fluid balance and urine production. The second one is oxytocin. Oxytocin it act on uterus and which helps in the labor pain as well as growing fetus. And second one is it act on the mammary gland, which is responsible for the lactation in pregnant women. So the third one is the pineal gland. Pineal gland is present in our brain. Pineal gland is responsible for the production and secretion of melatonin. Melatonin is responsible for the seasonal sleeping pattern. That is, in night there is a absence of sunlight, so the light which does not trigger the photoreceptor in the retina, and therefore the melanin secretion is high in the night. And in morning, the light rays it directly trigger to the photoreceptor which are present in our eye of the retina, and therefore the melanin secretion is low in morning days. So it is mainly responsible for adaptability and sleeping pattern. Then fourth is after pineal gland, the fourth is thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is present in our throat, which is responsible for the secretion of T3, T4 and calcitrol. T3 and T4 hormone is responsible for the metabolism, and calcitrol is responsible for if the calcium level is increases in our blood, then it act on kidney, bone and small intestine. They commands to the kidney, that is there is a more excretion of calcium through the urine. They commands to the small intestine to absorb the more calcium, and it command to the bone, that is the more amount of absorption in the bone. So thyroid gland, after thyroid gland, parathyroid gland is present. Parathyroid gland is responsible for the production of thyroid hormone. That is, if the calcium level is decreases in our blood, then it act on kidney, bone and small intestine. They commands to the kidney that it is stop the excretion of calcium. They commands to the bone, that is high excess of deposition of calcium, and commands to the bone, small intestine, there is a stop the secretion of calcium. After parathyroid gland, thymus is present. Thymus is present in between the lungs, which is responsible for the production and secretion of thymosin. Then after thymus, the adrenal gland is present in our kidney. Adrenal gland, it is present in our kidney. It is a pyramid shaped gland which acts on the adrenal cortex and responsible for the production and secretion of cortisol, adrenaline, noradrenaline, then aldosterone, cortisol, as well as androgen, etc. Then after adrenaline, the cortisol, androgen, aldosterone, it act on adrenal cortex, and in medulla, the epinephrine and non-epinephrine, it acts on the medulla. It is responsible for the urine balance also. So the next one is pancreas. Pancreas is a dual purpose gland which is responsible for both the endocrine as well as digestive system. It secretes the pancreatic juice with the help of pancreatic duct in digestive system, and it secretes the insulin and glucagon in endocrine system directly into the bloodstream. Pancreas is responsible for controlling the blood sugar level. That is, it secretes the insulin by maintaining insulin and glucagon. Insulin, if the sugar level is increases, then it secretes the insulin, and if the glucagon is secreted if the sugar level is decreases. Then after the pancreas, ovaries and testes. Ovaries, it act on the ovaries. It secrete or production of estrogen and progesterone, which is responsible. Estrogen is responsible for the secondary sexual reproduction, as well as in male, the testes secrete the testosterone, which is responsible for the sperm. Then it's all about the 12 glands of the endocrine system. Then diseases of endocrine system, it include the hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism. Then in pancreas, type 1 and type 2 diabetes are included. Then osteoporosis, etc. It's all about the diseases and endocrine glands of the endocrine system. Thank you.